you're listening to the beautiful piano notes on top of some acoustic guitar rhythms that can only mean one thing.
It is time for another episode of the Mannschrecks, a commentary on Christian life and culture from a pastor's wife and her sidekick.
That's me.
I'm your best host, Sarah Mannschreck.
And I'm that other one, JJ Mannschreck. All right, here we are in episode 10. Can you believe that
No, I really can't believe it's been 10 episodes.
10 episodes. And so I thought to open us up today, let's just reflect on the 10 episodes that we have done. It's been quite a ride. It's been just a lot of fun. We're putting out one a week. I wasn't sure what the rhythm was going to be. Oh, before we move past it, do you think people caught that our little, the music at the beginning is piano is you and guitar is me because you play piano and I play guitar? Do you think anybody caught that?
Oh, I'm sure no one caught that.
So 10 episodes. We've had hundreds of downloads on various podcasts. There's this dead heat between Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and I'm a little heartbroken that most of our listeners are coming from Apple Podcasts. It's a small majority. If those Spotify folks could get out there and download all the episodes so that the Spotify could be the biggest, because that's what I listen to my podcast on. But it's been fun. And let me see. I'm going to cover some of this feedback. So we have 3 ratings. Woo!
Oh, big party.
But they're all 5 out of 5. So people are being nice, which is cool. Over on Apple Podcasts, they actually let you type in a review if you want. And so this review is from Preston43, which I'm pretty sure I know who that is. So shout out. Hey Preston. It says, great job. It says, good job, you guys. Love it. I can't believe you guys can find time to actually do a podcast. Keep it up. I will be listening.
Oh, that's so cool.
I just thought that was so kind. 10 episodes in. How are you feeling about this little project that we've been doing?
It's grown on me.
Yeah, it's grown on you. Enjoying it?
It's been fun. Yeah.
What's your favorite bit that we've done? Well, let me read through them. So we've done The End of the World as We Know It, and I Feel Fine. Midwest Moments, classic. Playlist Puzzles, which is that game that we play where we do the lyrics. Twitter Times, where I bring you the latest and greatest from Twitter. Toddler Troubles, where we talk about the troubles that we have with our toddler. Walk That Talk, which is like God moments and that we see in our children's lives or our own lives. And then Great Big Family, which is when people comment on the size of our family because we're weirdos that have too many kids. And then Cringe or Clever. And then most recently, last week, we introduced Mannschrecks at the Movies.
I gotta say that Playlist Puzzles is probably
you like Playlist Puzzles? That's a fun one. Midwest Moments, I think,
that's good too.
Got the biggest response. When we posted that one, a lot of people came to tell me how funny that was. They really it connected with Midwest Moments. I thought that was funny. I think Great Big Family made me laugh the hardest. That was so funny.
Yeah.
Although End of the World as We Know It, there's so much ridiculous stuff out there.
Gosh.
And I'm excited about some of the bits that we're going to introduce later today. So we'll dive into that. It's been a good time. I gotta say, I didn't expect, I always have fun talking to you. That was no question. But it's sort of evolved in my mind as what it was, because we started out, the first episode was it was our shortest one, and it was just very goofy and fun. But then even when we strayed into some more serious stuff, when we were talking about Hillsong or we were talking about modern prophets or financial stuff, even in the serious topics, it's still a lot of fun to talk to you. And actually, the episodes are getting longer and longer. I gotta watch myself because you're just a lot of fun to talk to, and I'm having a good time. It's been really great. And listeners, I gotta say, all the feedback we're getting, and when I say all the feedback, I mean all 2.5 of you. It's been really positive and affirming. We've really appreciated it. I know there's not that many people listening, but for those who listen, it's just amazing. So thank you so much for tuning in. It means a lot to us. We have a great time making this, and I hope people are enjoying it too. I want to give one other review. It's not technically a review, but I have a friend on Twitter. His name is Bill. So shout out. Hi, Bill. And he posted a thing, and it was a picture of all the podcasts he listens to. Okay. And he's like, here's my podcast lineup. And our podcast was in there. And I was like, oh, that meant a lot. That was really cool to see. But
that's super cool.
Well, and what really warmed my heart was that the rest of the podcasts were good podcast. It was like, well, what are we doing in there? Like, I don't know. It was not like he listened to our podcast, but he has like really terrible tastes in podcasts. I was like, I know a bunch of the ones that were on his list, and they were really good. And so I was really honored to be a part of that list for that Twitter friend. And so yeah, all that support and love that we've been receiving for this little show we're doing, it has been so much fun, and it's been great. So anyways, 10 episodes in, and here we go. Now, before we approach the news deck,
Stand on board the ship and come to the news deck.
What's the new? What is it? The news desk. There we go.
Good job. You got there eventually.
Oh boy! Now, before we approach the news desk, I do have a quick. I can't say
Turn
it right.
Level 4, the news deck. Sorry, that's.
So I have this comment. So as we've done this, I've gotten a lot more regular in finding stories to bring to you on this podcast. Right, like before we created this podcast, it was just me sitting on the couch poking you, saying, "Hey, I found this goofy
listen
story."
to the story that I'm reading. And usually I slept through it for about 5 minutes, and then I said, "Oh, that's interesting."
Oh, that's so interesting. Yeah. So and then I was like, "Yes, let's make a podcast about this." But as I've become more like I'm paying attention, I'm like on the lookout for good stories. I have found that most of the strange stories, the best of the strange stories, fall into 3 big categories. You've got your animal news, you've got your food news, like food-related stories, or your world record news. And sometimes they overlap. But those are like the only 3 things that are all about the stuff. And so I have intentionally chosen weird stories to bring you this week that are not animal or food related at all.
Oh, okay.
I gotta say though, they're not as good. They're just, they're all right. These will be fun. But they're not animal or food or world record related. And so I might next week we'll have to go back into the wheelhouse and get some of the classics. We'll do animals and world record.
Sounds good.
This is such a strange story. Okay, National HVAC Tech Day pays tribute to air conditioning technicians.
Okay.
It's funny because this is one of those stories where basically that's the whole thing. Like the title is basically the whole story. National HVAC Tech Day, which is June 22nd, 2002, celebrated annually on June 22nd, was started in 2016 to pay tribute to the technicians who make sure homes are properly conditioned in the summertime.
Okay.
They've made a national holiday for that guy who fixes your air conditioning.
I mean, I am grateful for him.
Right? I like a little bit, I was going to laugh at it, but then I was like, yeah, but man, if there's a person who deserves a national holiday in the middle of the summer, it's that guy, right?
Mm-hmm, sure.
The holiday was founded by ARS/Rescue Rooter, a national provider of home services to pay tribute to the HVAC, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. By the way, did you know that that's what HVAC stood for?
Yes.
I did not. Heating, ventilation, and air conditioning technicians who ensure customers can control the temperature inside their homes. The company chose the summer for the holiday due to the, quote, extremely uncomfortable conditions techs often face while working in the summer heat. I never really thought about it, but like the air conditioning guy never gets to enjoy the air conditioning. Right, he's got to be outside working on the unit, so he spends.
It's rather unfortunate.
And he only is going to be working on them in the summertime, right? So he's literally going to be outside all the time. And I'm like, all right, you know what? The more I think about it, these guys deserve a holiday.
That's so funny.
The holiday's official website states, the ability to control the temperature of our homes is a luxury that we take for granted until we lose that ability. Due to their skill set and cutting-edge technology now available, HVAC technicians have the ability to keep our HVAC systems running efficiently.
There's a website for this?
Oh, yeah. So, other holidays and observances for June 22nd, 2022 include, so these are the other national days, because this news article did not have enough information to cover the 600-word limit, so they had to, stray into other areas.
600-word limit. Embellish a little.
So other holidays and observances on June 22nd is National Chocolate Eclair Day, National Onion Rings Day.
Oh.
Stupid Guy Thing Day.
What?
Yeah, right. Stupid Guy Thing Day and World Rainforest Day.
feel like the other one that actually makes sense is World Rainforest Day.
One. Now, don't get me wrong. I would love to celebrate a nice eclair and some onion rings.
I will celebrate that, but probably daily.
Stupid Guy Thing Day.
Wow.
What? Can Stupid Guy Thing Day be like every national holiday? I feel like
is that like a joke? Like.
And World Rainforest Day. That one actually feels like a real thing.
It
you know?
does.
So, because these articles always lead me down a rabbit hole on the internet,
Of course they do.
I headed over to nationaltoday.com, which is the official website of all the national holidays.
So website?
Yes, I know. You always have wondered, right? Because you hear you're like, oh my gosh, it's National Donut Day, or it's National Drink a Latte Day, or it's National, there's all those ridiculous holidays. Is there actually an official place? Yes, there is. It's this website, nationaltoday.com, which I'm claiming is official, but I don't know that. This is probably made up.
Official to someone.
Guess what the average number of holidays is per month through the year? The average amount of holidays that a month contains.
30.
30 would be like one a day,
yeah.
Right? Well, we know there's more than one for many days. It's actually 400 national holidays per month.
Wow.
400.
That's
There's like a dozen on every single day of the calendar year, according to this website, which is probably not really official, but I'm going to claim it as official.
This is someone.
All right, so this episode is coming out on July 1st, right? Friday, July 1st.
Okay.
So let's talk about what the days are. July 1st is Alice Springs Show Day, which I don't even know what that means. American Zoo Day, Burundi Independence Day, Canada Day, CPC Founding Day, Doctors Day, and then it says in parentheses India, because we don't celebrate doctors anywhere else. Doghouse Repair Month, so that's interesting. Drive Your Corvette to Work Day, Ghana Republic Day, Hong Kong Special Administrative Region Establishment Day, International Chicken Wing Day, International Joke Day, International Reggae Day. I feel like if you could eat chicken wings while dancing and singing reggae and making jokes, you could really live into this holiday.
Yeah.
Let's see. National Creative Ice Cream Flavors Day. National Postal Workers Day. Guys, if you are listening to this episode the day it comes out, get out there and celebrate National Ginger Snap Day and get some ginger snap ice cream, and you can celebrate Creative Ice Cream Flavors Day at the same time.
Wow. That's just so creative.
I'm not even halfway through this list. It's insane.
Oh, wow.
It's ridiculous. I'm not going to go through all these, but it says National Wrong Trousers Day. What?
Put my trousers on wrong. Let's make it a national holiday.
Let's make it a holiday. Clean Beaches Week. I like that. That makes good sense.
Yeah, that does.
Beans Month.
Sure.
What? Corn Month. You can't have beans and corn on the same month.
No, they're different vegetables. You need a separate month for each one.
I am baffled by some of this. So some of these are because it's July 1st. Some of these are month-long holidays, right? It's the launch. What on earth? Lasagna Awareness Month. National...
Because some of you were not aware of lasagna. And now you must become aware of it.
National Anti-Boredom Month. You know why that is? Because it's summertime, and every kid at home is sitting there going, I'm so bored.
I'm surprised they didn't make that a wintertime thing when we're all sitting there in the doldrums of late
cold,
January, and we're like, what do I do with my life? It's National Boredom Month. Yeah.
National
month.
Blueberry Month. National Cell Phone
That
Courtesy
makes
Month. National Grilling Month. Yeah, I like that.
Blueberry and grilling, that makes sense. Blueberries ripen in July, and grilling, a lot of people grill in July.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I've been scrolling and just reading these. The little scroll bar is maybe a fifth of the way down. There's way more.
Wow.
This is too much. I think it's because it's, like I said, the first of the month, so it's just insane. So anyways, these National HVAC Technician Day was June 22nd. Mark your calendars for next year, folks. We will celebrate those guys who fix our air conditioning.
Wow.
It's just ridiculous.
That's so funny.
I thought it was pretty funny. All right. So I know the second story. I know that we have talked about AI before.
Yes.
Right? Now, most companies that are actually working on AI, apparently they're real hung up on something about chatbots. The best way to create an AI and to work with that is to get an AI that can have a conversation with a human being and convince you that it's a real person.
Okay.
It has lots of practical applications, as far as like if you think about OK Google or Alexa or Siri or any of those like assistant functions, it would be really handy. I know we all want that Jarvis who talks to us like Iron Man. BusinessInsider.com. Earlier this month, Google engineer Blake Lemoine was placed on administrative leave after he claimed that one of Google's AIs, called Lambda, was sentient. So there's a guy who used to be an engineer at Google. He's been put on leave, and because he is now claiming that Google achieved AI. That thing that they've been shooting for and everybody's been trying to get it done. It's been the source of so much science fiction, right?
Yes.
So many movies, right? And so basically, Lemoine says that Lambda hired an attorney. The chatbot program hired a lawyer. Lambda asked me to get an attorney for it, Lemoine told Wired. I invited an attorney to my house so that Lambda could talk to an attorney. He called himself a catalyst for Lambda asking for the attorney. He told the magazine he did not advise the AI to get an attorney. Once Lambda had retained an attorney, he started filing things on Lambda's behalf. Then Google's response was to send him a cease and desist.
Oh my gosh. That's so random.
So this lawyer guy, who apparently he's kind of like a small-time lawyer, he kind of stepped into, like, you don't go up against Google, right?
No, not at all.
And so he's a small-time civil rights attorney. When these major firms start threatening him, he was worried that he'd get disbarred, so he backed off. So the lawyer kind of like ran away. But just this idea of this guy, I don't know. I just don't even know what to think about this. Google's messing with the creation of AI, and they've got this guy who says, yep, they did it. It is sentient. It is now aware, and it wants a lawyer.
Who are you going to call?
Lambda, which stands for Language Model for Dialogue Applications, is Google's, quote, breakthrough conversation technology, the company said. The AI is able to have natural sounding and open-ended conversations. Google said it could be used for various Google functions like the search and Google Assistant. But Lemoine says that the AI has been incredibly consistent in its communications about what it wants, what it believes its rights are as a person. So he's referring to this AI as a person. He says that being a person and a human are two very different things. So he has granted this robot program personhood.
Interesting.
I don't know. What do you think? Can it be a person?
No.
No, I don't.
I don't think so.
I was reading a couple articles about this. Somebody asked him, they said, okay, do you think Google's response, because he's saying big Google is squishing me and they're coming after me because I'm telling the truth, I'm a whistleblower. And somebody asked him in the interview, they were like, do you think Google's response is because you shared confidential material about proprietary company software? And Lemoine's response, and this is a quote, Lambda is not Google's property. It's a person. The 13th Amendment says so. I'm going to have to make that argument to the Supreme Court someday.
Okay. I don't know if I agree with that.
I think he kind of, to me, I started with, we've got this insider who's telling us the secrets of the big bad Google, right? The big bad corporation. But he kind of, in that quote right there, I feel like we kind of outed ourselves as, no,
maybe you're just seeking attention.
And you shared some stuff that you were not legally allowed to share. And you're getting in trouble for it.
A little bit problematic there.
It's not, and by the way, it's not a person.
Absolutely, I would disagree with that.
I don't know. Like, we've seen, like, the Blade Runner movies. That's probably the most famous Hollywood thing of, like, creating an AI technology where you don't know if it's human or not. And that's, like, the big central focus.
Yep.
There's lots of movies that do that. But the Blade Runner is like, am I a person if I'm a robot? I don't know. I can't.
Yeah, I don't think I would, that doesn't qualify as a human.
Yep, I'm with you. I think that it's fair to say that this guy maybe was getting some attention.
I mean, that's pretty out there.
Interesting though, right? Interesting. The Google. Well, okay, and what does it say in our society that the thing is, quote unquote, becomes sentient, and its first request is, I need a lawyer.
This says a lot about our society, apparently. That's sad.
Oh boy,
I am a human. Now give me a lawyer.
Yep, that's the first thought. I am sentient and aware. Oh boy, I really should get a lawyer up in here. All right. So, are you ready for some sponsors of your life?
Sure.
Yeah?
Sure.
What's sponsoring your life this week, my love?
I'm going to go with one of our local ice cream joints just because we were feeling it. We went out for ice cream. That wasn't last week. It was a couple weeks ago. But we usually go out for ice cream on Sunday nights, and we didn't this week. But I was thinking about how awesome our ice cream shops are here in town.
We have two of them.
Like Roaring 20s a lot. Love their ice cream flavors.
Such good flavors.
And I was just thinking about that. I'd say that's a sponsor of my life.
Yeah, that's a good one. And they make their own waffle cones.
They're delicious.
Roaring 20s waffle cones. Like, it's worth the upcharge.
It is, yeah, absolutely next level. I'm not usually like a giant serving of ice cream person. So I'm never able to finish my ice cream. But the waffle cones are so good.
They are. Now, what's your favorite flavors? What do you go for?
I'm going for that black raspberry chip.
Ooh, yeah.
Yogurt, the frozen yogurt. It's so good.
Oh man, see, and I've been going for, what is that? Nana's banana cream pudding?
Oh yeah, there's like a banana cream pudding.
It's so crazy good. I've never would have thought banana flavored ice cream would be my jam, but it totally is. It's awesome.
That is crazy.
All right, so I have a sponsor of my life this week that's very out of the box. This is it's not a product and it's not a place or a thing that I'm consuming. What's been sponsoring my life lately, and I've seen it more and more in the summertime, is joggers. Like, people who are out there and they're working out and they're running, especially, and this is a little weird, but especially overweight joggers or people who are clearly out there for their physical health. And it's like, that is just such a sponsor of my life because I'm so inspired by them. When I'm driving down the road or when I'm jogging and I see someone, I'm like, man, I get so excited to cheer for them. I'm so proud of them. I'm like, man, you're out there, even if you're running slow, or you're just, you only get out there for maybe 10 minutes when you could be doing more. It's like, you're out there, you're doing it. And that's a huge first step. And I go for a run. I've been trying to get out there as much as I can. And I always see people. There's a guy I always pass. He walks his dog. He's such a nice guy. And I love it. There's like this weird solidarity that I have with the joggers that are out there. And they sponsor my life because they inspire me. And it's like, get out there, do whatever you can for your physical health. No shame. We're all just working on our bodies and doing the best we can to take care of the body God gave us. And I don't know. I've been all inspired about. It's a weird one. I know it's not really like a product that I'm consuming.
Good job, all runners.
Good
everywhere.
job, all. Truly though, that's exactly how I feel. I know it sounds sarcastic because it's such a weird thing, but it's like, I love it. All you joggers, anybody who's out there, even just like power walkers, or if you're out there walking your dog, if you're getting out and you're exercising, you're doing something good for your mental health and your physical health, I love it. Well done. And you guys sponsor my life. You guys have inspired me this week.
Nice.
All right, now it is time for, so this was going to be the return of Clever or Cringe, that game that we play where I bring you something and we decide whether it's clever or cringe. However, I am going to preemptively decide that this is cringe, okay? It is so bad. So this is 10 marriage proposals for Christian couples. Oh. And so I'm going to rename the segment for this week and call it Painful Proposals. Okay. Because this is terrible. Okay. And maybe I'm being judgy. Maybe you'll think it's more clever. But as you know, Christians have a whole lot of trouble figuring out how to ask each other to marry. And so I'm so grateful that there is this article here to tell us how to pop the question.
Yes.
I'm just going to read you this intro. It says, congratulations. After much prayer, you have decided to pop the question. You purchased the ring and you want to make your proposal one she will always remember. The only problem is you are fresh out of ideas. Wedding proposals are important. You want to plan one that your future spouse will always remember. Well, we'd like to share our top 10 ideas of proposals with you. We call them, quote unquote, Christian marriage proposals because they're wholesome ideas that don't dishonor God.
I'm sorry, when are proposals ever dishonoring?
Is there, are there a lot of...
What kind of quirky proposals are we talking about here? I've never really thought, oh, what a nice proposal, but it's dishonoring God.
Oh, yeah. Are there a lot of proposals that are offensive
okay.
to God?
Okay. That's odd.
Here's the first
continue.
one already. This is why this is not even a question. The first one is put it in the church announcements.
No.
Arrange your proposal to be included in the Sunday morning church announcements. If your church uses video announcements, have them videotape your marriage proposal. While the announcement is playing, get on one knee and pull out the ring. If your church has someone read the announcements, have them read the proposal as you get on one knee with a ring.
What a terrible misuse of church
First
service time.
Yeah, that is not...
I'm sorry, that is not the structure of church. The church time is not structured to meet your personal needs and goals in that way.
I was just flabbergasted that they would suggest this. It's like, what on earth? And
not like the church doesn't have other stuff that they gotta let people know about. But hey, yeah, why don't you go throw in your proposal there too? That sounds like a good idea.
Put it in the Sunday morning church announcements. I mean, well, maybe if you're like, you know, you're the pastor's daughter and he's the youth leader's son and you grew up in the church and you held hands for the first time. There's
no criterion for that.
Also, please don't videotape your marriage proposal and put it on the screen.
Definitely don't get the tech team to put it up on the screen for
church. And have someone else read
what, this is
your
the Jumbotron
proposal?
at the Pistons game? Why are you putting it on a screen for? Come on.
It's a terrible, terrible idea, guys. Please.
Don't do it.
If anyone came up to me and said, will you please put my marriage proposal in the church announcements, I would give them a hug and then kick them out of my office. It's like, no.
That's a terrible idea.
That is truly a terrible idea. All right, so the next option is Godtube. We love Godtube because they have so many wholesome, godly videos. Use your video camera or borrow one to make a special video of you proposing to your fiance. What is this, like, I don't want to propose in person, so I'm going to make a video?
I don't understand that. Just talk to the person that you're going to marry, you know.
Submit the video to Godtube, and when the two of you are alone, tell her there's an awesome video on Godtube you want to show her.
Check out this awesome video.
In the subject field, type best Godtube video ever. No. I just, like...
Who submitted these ideas?
This is one level up from writing "Will you marry me" on a note and folding it up and sliding it across the table.
Absolutely.
Like, that's what this is.
Absolutely.
And it's like, this is one level up from that. All right, we are only on the second of 10 options. We may not make it through all of these. All right, so the third one is engagement website. If you're a quote-unquote techie, create a personal website, and on the homepage, ask her to marry you.
None of these require actual interaction with the person.
Do you notice that's a theme? It's so odd to me. They all involve not physically talking to the person or something.
I mean, okay.
Let's see. Option number, what are we on? 4? Option 4, memory photo book. Gather up all the photos you can find of you two and create a hardback memory book that will last a lifetime. On the last page of the memory book, ask her to marry you. She'll love it.
That's a little cuter. At least you might be sitting next to the person and be like, I got you something for your birthday or for a gift.
Well, and I like those, like, picture books.
I love those
the hard book, you know, you like... there's different websites you like submit all your pictures to, and they put them in a book and they print it and send it to you. We actually have some of those.
Lots of those. Yeah,
they're great.
Photo books,
I don't know about, again, it's like you're deflecting, you're like pawning off the question of proposing to not proposing.
Yeah, it's.
All right, this one says share it with friends. Invite a group of friends or family members to fellowship over dinner and a movie. At the end of dinner, get down on one knee and propose right in front of everyone.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
That's a traditional proposal.
That's pretty normal, though. That's like, all right, that's pretty basic. Romantic picnic. Plan a romantic picnic for the two of you. Prepare a few romantic dishes and hide the engagement ring box inside the picnic basket. I like that.
That's cute.
Right? Like, that's a romantic picture. All right, there you go. We had a bumpy start, but now the article is smoothing out, and I'm on board now. Restaurant proposals. I don't understand understand how this is different than the other one.
Not so much.
It says, order a cheesecake or regular cake that has "Will you marry me" written on it. I like that they clarify it can be cheesecake or regular cake.
It's all about that cheesecake, really.
After the two of you have dinner, order dessert. Arrange ahead of time to have a special cake brought out to her in lieu of the dessert she ordered.
Oh, well, hold up now. I ordered that dessert. I really want that dessert.
Yeah, I'm disappointed that I didn't get what I wanted, but thanks for the ring.
Thanks for this cheesecake, but can I really honestly have that fudge brownie? That's what I wanted.
See, but here's the problem. Like, we go out to eat, you never finish your food, and we rarely get dessert, you know, unless that's part of, like, the reason we were there.
Did you want dessert? No, I'm feeling pretty full. No, I think you wanted dessert.
No.
No, I'm really full. I'd rather go home. Yeah, but you wanted cheesecake, right?
Bring it out.
The New York style cheesecake. Extra large slice.
Okay, so this next one, I thought it was kind of clever, but the more I thought about it, the more it fell apart. Okay, Message in a bottle. What a timeless marriage proposal idea. We love this idea, and your fiance will too. Get an empty bottle that would be interesting for your fiance to find, which...
What? Do you not know how...
Ever found a bottle that was interesting to find? Put a heartfelt message in it proposing marriage. Then take her to the beach to, quote-unquote, discover it. And then parentheses, it says, hide the bottle in the sand beforehand at a romantic spot.
And it is found by some other random person that suddenly says, whoa, someone's proposing to me. This is weird.
Well, okay, but like, let's say you do this. You prepped it and nobody else found it, right? And you put your little message in a bottle, which is a little dirty, and then you hide it, which is also dirty, and then you take them to the spot. What would you think if you were like on a walk with your significant other and you found a bottle and you're like, oh cool, there's a message in it, and you open it and it's like, will you marry me?
I mean, it seems a little sketchy.
See, my first thought would be like, oh, somebody else. It's this isn't for me. Yeah, this isn't for me. This is for someone.
Oh my gosh, did you see this random
Look
thing
what
that
I found. That's so cute. I wonder what that was for.
The traditional message in a bottle is sent from far away and it washed up on shore. You don't understand how message in bottles work.
When I'm with you.
Also, like, what are the chances that you're going to find it, or you're going to put it together, you're going to set it in the sand or bury it, and then you're going to leave it, and then you're going to go get your significant other, and you're going to come back and it's still going to be there, or that you're going to remember the spot you even put it in. Like, can you imagine? Oh, it was here somewhere. There was just a really important bot. Like, we just got to dig around. Just keep digging. Here's a shovel.
Just,
shoot, someone else found it.
Someone found it.
Someone's dog's got it running down the beach. Like, oh, I'm sorry.
I think if you planned it just right, where it's like they pick it up and then they open it and then they, I feel like if they happen to open it up and read it and then they turn to you and you're on one knee with the ring, that could be a pretty cool reveal. But I think
seems
the risk...
a little bit too much.
Well, like, the risk is, like, I found this dirty bottle, gross, like, I'm not going to pick it up. Or, here, you open this for me, and then it's completely backfired because you are now holding...
it's super weird. It's like, here, find this... Oh, take this note out and read it. Well, not quite the same.
It's a cute idea, but I'm going to say it's a swing and a miss. I really like the last one, though. This one says, a scavenger hunt. Send her on a scavenger hunt where she finds you at the end waiting to propose to her. One suggestion is to send her to all the places the two of you went on dates.
Oh, okay, Leslie Knope. That's cute.
Right? Leslie Knope or Andy and what's-her-face, Erin in The Office, where they end up going on the scavenger hunt that Gabe puts together for him.
That's true.
Oh, man. All right. So,
I like that.
So that's, it got better as it went. It started off terrible.
Yeah.
With the worst possible.
A little cheap and cheesy, and that first one was awful.
Please do not try to put your proposal in the church announcements.
No one listens to the announcements anyway, so chances are she's not even paying attention. Everybody just kind of falls asleep. She misses it. I'm sorry, I was talking with my family.
It's like when you're at the basketball game and you're on the Jumbotron and you don't notice that they're up there. It's like, the camera's on you, And it's like, yeah, he just said, will you marry me up front? And you didn't catch it because you weren't listening because it's during the announcements time. Oh, man.
Oh, boy.
All right, so I couldn't get past church announcements. And then Godtube.
Oh,
Why
bad.
Godtube? No shade on Godtube, but I don't think that you're properly... But a little bit of shade on utilizing that website to ask someone to marry you. All right. Well, thanks so much for joining us, everyone. If you appreciate this goofy little podcast, go ahead, hit like, subscribe, leave us a review. Apparently that affects the algorithm. We are so grateful to those 3 awesome listeners on Apple Podcasts who have given us the 5-star review, and the 2 awesome listeners on Spotify who have given us the 5-star listen. It was just me and Sarah. No, it's been fun. So yeah, give us a like. It helps our promote our little podcast.
And thanks so much to Music Town for the use of our theme song. Don't forget to check us out on social media, Facebook and Instagram, maybe a Twitter account even.
Yes, we are all over the place. All right, you ready to send us out with the mom joke of the week?
Yes. So, do you know the last thing my grandfather said to me before he kicked the bucket?
Don't propose in the church announcement.
It's good. No, he said, hey kid, watch how far I can kick this bucket.
All right, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Bye, everyone.